Hello and welcome to everyone here. We're on episode 2 of Tambayan. Come hang out with us. My name is Keisha and I'm your host today, and we're joined by Rey and Angel. So we know Rey from episode 1, very, very lovely host.
Hi.
I guess, Angel, could you introduce yourself to us?
For sure. Hi, I'm Angel, and I have been a member of the FiliFest for I don't know how many years, since 2019. So
She's an OG.
She a loyalist.
She's an OG.
She an OG, but I have been here in the UK for university, and I'm still here doing fashion communications, and so I decided to be in the creative industry while I still can.
I love that.
Nice.
Absolutely love that. But yeah, I guess kind of a little bit about me. Some people might not know me as the kind of host. I'm Keisha Quijano. I was your Miss Philippines UK 2019.
Like,
Whoop, whoop. But yeah, current part of the hosting team of FiliFest. And yeah, hashtag FiliFest 2024.
Exactly. FiliFest 2024. And obviously you guys know me from episode 1. But if you don't know,
You're just tuning
We
in now,
probably
you know?
if you do know, you probably do
Your
know.
face is
my
everywhere.
face is everywhere.
You are the face of FiliFest.
I wish, but no, I'm not. I'm just the OG host, the last remaining standing. So I'll make it seem like I'm a vintage piece, but
You are
basically am, but it doesn't matter.
Vintage is
It's good.
expensive, you know?
Vintage is in, guys.
Yeah, it's coming back.
Vintage shopping and that. But yes, I've been hosting since 2019, the first ever FiliFest, and I am hosting this year's as well. So hopefully,
Look forward to seeing this face.
I might be able to hand the mantle on soon. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Surely not. Never.
We'll see.
Never.
I might be the ever-present host at FiliFest. You never know.
I love that.
You never know. You never know.
Like,
But yeah, so this episode is titled Tagpuan, which Tagalog teachers, if you could help me, please. If not, don't worry, I've got it written down here. But any clues? No?
meet a point.
Yeah, there's a rendezvous. Come link me here. Shouts to the people that
Not
know me.
only a Tagalog expert, I guess rendezvous, a little bit of French too. Ooh,
Rendezvous.
I love that.
We.
See. But yeah, kind of like meeting place for family, friends, rendezvous. And I guess kind of that's important because, you know, that's what FiliFest is, you know, the annual meeting.
Meeting every June, every summer. I really think it's a really good place to start your summer
Yes.
festivities.
Yes.
And it's just like bringing the whole community, Filipino community and more together.
Definitely.
It's always going to be round the time of Philippine independence as well. So pay attention, guys. If you know your history.
A+ in history.
But yeah, I kind of guess my question to you guys is, how do you guys engage with, you know, Filipino culture and life, you know, back at home, or how do you integrate that into life now?
Well, in my case, I really grew up in the Philippines. Like, I studied till high school there, and I actually got the opportunity, and I'm very grateful for that, like having the opportunity to study here for university. And so I would say, you know, when I started here, I actually moved when I was 18. And that's not really common among like Filipino households where you would move out at 18. That's a very like westernized mindset. And so it was something that was a bit out of my comfort zone. But even then, I didn't really think about that so much. And so I remember when I got here, especially because the Philippines and the UK, they're just like so far. So I don't know what I was thinking.
Apart.
I don't know what I was thinking. I was just like, let's go. Like, I was like, hustle life. I was like, I'm ready for a new, you know, experience. But when I got here, I felt so lonely in a way because I didn't know a lot of Filipinos. And then I think there was just one Filipino society event at UCL, and that's where I met Rika. But I met her, and she was like, we have this FiliFest thing. And so I really felt like it was an opening eye to meet a lot of new Filipino here in London, and not even just London, like in the UK in general. And I think it's really nice to hear people's experiences and learning a lot from them.
I think it's interesting that kind of you've taken your life in the Philippines and now are integrating that into like British culture, and what that means for you. Whereas, I don't know, for us, it's been, I guess,
How is it
a
like
scale,
for both of you?
yeah.
How is it like?
Mine's a bit weird. So like, as you know, a lot of Filipinos grow up in Christian households or Catholic households. Mine was, strangely enough, the first Filipino woman that was ordained, my auntie in the UK, under a Pentecostal church called Elim. So she was the first Filipino woman ordained, and sort of like in the 1980s, opened the first Filipino church in London.
Oh, wow.
It was like 9 women. So there's a whole history behind it. So for me, I always grew up with Filipinos and going to church every Sunday. I surrounded myself with Filipinos. And it was strange because obviously I expected every week to be surrounded by Filipinos. And then as I kind of like grew up and I saw things in a different light, and that there's so many other ethnicities in London and how diverse London was, that I came to me when I was like 7, 8 years old. I was like, why don't we go here? Why don't we go here to this other church and stuff like that? But it was just like, as for me, growing up, I feel like I grew up already in a Filipino culture.
Was it like a Filipino church?
Yes.
Oh,
it was.
That's interesting. Because in my experience here, because I grew up having that practice of going to church every Sunday, that was really normal for me. But then I didn't have that idea of like churches being in a community of like ethnicities. So I went to like, I just casually went looking for a Catholic church to go to on a Sunday. And that's when I realized like, oh, this is where I see Filipinos. Because I don't see them everywhere I go. Like London is too diverse that you barely see them around. But being able to go to church and seeing them in one community, that's when I felt like home as well. I was like, oh, there actually is more than you think for that.
For sure. And I think it's really interesting kind of the spectrum of experiences we've had. Someone who grew up in the Philippines, moved here, finding the balance. Someone who from like a young age has been mostly in the Filipino community and then seeking, growing out and seeking other parts of London. And then, I don't know, just from my point of view, growing up in a very kind of white community and not realizing, I'm different, I'm Filipino. It's just kind of everyday life, to moving to London and being like, whoa. And now it's discovering what my heritage means to me and how I'm going to integrate that in my life. But I guess kind of another question I have for you guys is, in these communities, you've seen different generations of Filipinos, people of all across the spectrum of, moving here from when they're young to just recently. What do you think is kind of the biggest difference in the generations between kind of, our parents, Filipinos, or, people who have been British Filipinos, or, perhaps people who aren't Filipino but are now really involved in the community?
That's interesting.
Very interesting.
I think for me, shouts to my grandma. She's the reason why I'm here. Love you, Nan. Both actually, both grandparents, both women who I think are the staple of who I am today. Their mindset is to move here and make a better life for themselves and their family.
This is getting emotional, guys.
Oh my gosh, do not get me started.
This is getting emotional.
My grandma came here in the 70s, so it was a different time for her. So she just remembers, like, I'm hearing stories of how like she got kicked off a bus and stuff like this, and hearing how she was like, no, but but she also loves being British because she earned that right to be British, and no one can take that away from her.
For sure.
I don't care what anybody says, even though it's so funny, my grandma's been here for like 40 plus years now, yeah.
Wow.
As she's been here, her Filipino accent's gotten thicker. So I love it. It got thicker. She goes, "What are you doing today, my I love it. I love it.
Don't you think that's gonna be useful for you, because you also get that like
exactly
experience at home, and you also have the thing.
That's the whole reason why I can do it. I can do the accent. I pick it off. I pick it off my thing. For me, and I feel like those who have grown up here, I think we also take for granted, some people, not saying all, some take for granted the hard work that went in prior to get them here. And I've come to realize, for those who have migrated here, you see the difference in mindset from those who were born and raised here and those who have migrated here. Because those people who were born there, they experienced that lifestyle, and then they were like, you know what, I'm in a privileged position, and they work so hard. Not saying that the people that were born and raised here don't work hard, But I feel like they take it for granted how different the upbringing is out there, because obviously I was fortunate enough to move out to Philippines in 2018, so I've witnessed and seen what it's like to live in Philippines. But obviously I came from a place of privilege because I moved out there. I had saved up money to move out there, whereas people are looking for bursary scholarships or completely blessed enough to even land something abroad. So shouts to all the OFWs still.
Definitely going to agree with you that a lot of the younger generations are a lot more opinionated in a good way, because I think growing up from the Philippines, I would say the elder generation, not like just in general, they are very like put into tradition, but I wouldn't say that as a bad thing. Like, I think that's actually good. Although the community I'm surrounded with would always say, oh, this is such a bad thing to be like, too traditional for me. It's too traditional. We do have that mindset as younger people. But I think in the end, it's actually really good to remember your roots of being humble, of where you're coming from. Because like what you said, you have to remember like the hard work, the dedication that your parents are doing in order for you to live a better life. And I think that's why, in our point of view, we want to become more outspoken. We want to like say our opinions, because that's just how we are as a generation. We just have, I mean, wouldn't you agree that we tend to defend what we believe in?
No, yeah. I think it's definitely a thing.
So I think I would like in my experience, for example, creativity. Like, I think growing up, it was very difficult to find platforms or outlets where you can express your creativity, because I have always been into fashion since I was like, I don't know, 10, 12 years old. And, and it has always been academic. Like, you have to focus on your academics. And if not, you have to be an athlete. It was either or. And I was like, why can't I just be creative? Why can't I just take good photos of like anything? And so they started questioning, like, why would you focus on that? Why don't you become a doctor? Why don't you become a lawyer? And I was like, the more you're saying this to me, the more I would want to be creative. So I was like, I mean, I'm pretty sure I was quite, would you say rebellious, or like, like I said, like I want to do what I want to do. But of course, I had to prove it to them.
Yeah, of course.
And so I did my best to like find outlets. For example, like in FiliFest, I'm really given the opportunity to like do a lot of marketing related things. And I think for me, that's a really good blessing, because I get to express creativity, but also learn a lot from the people I meet in FiliFest. And I think that's that's really a good reason why I'm here now, because, when I moved to London, they value creativity in a different light. And that's something that I want to bring, hopefully in the future. I don't know, who knows, but I don't know. It's just very inspiring, I think. So I would say tradition can also be a good thing, because it really makes you humble.
I think almost what I'm hearing from both of you, though, is a lot of the generations, or like the first gen, people who moved over here, immigrants, they're here, they had a mission. They're like, okay, my mindset is to earn enough money to move over here, to bring my family over here, to send money back, to make, family in the Philippines life better. But to do that, I need to, go my own path. I need to make my own, find the roots, whether it's through like nursing or, hospitality or something, to get myself to another place. But then once you're here and, growing up here, it's then like, okay, now what? Let's do more. And they're still of the mentality of, how's that going to make you money? How are you going to be rich and help your family? Those kind of traditions.
But I think one thing that makes, the Filipinos, regardless of your generation, what I've observed, and this is like positive, like this is true both in the UK and in the Philippines, is how hardworking we are. Yeah. No joke. Regardless of the like generation, that's really something that's there.
And so I think that's something very Filipino.
Yes.
Definitely. Very it's something to be proud of, actually. So.
Siga.
And okay, so a tenuous segue, but going from hardworking to kind of the hardworking committee of FiliFest, that's going to be my segue. So the next few questions are kind of FiliFest focused. Yep. And I guess kind of I just want to hear a little bit about your story. We touched on it and at the very beginning with your intro, but I want to hear a little bit more. So how did you guys first get involved And also, we have some veterans over here. So, what's your most memorable experience?
We're both like, hey, you know who that is.
And you guys were like, yeah.
It's the 2019 flex, you know?
I'm sorry, what? Yeah. What was that again?
Yeah. But no, of your years of experience of FiliFest, the many, many years.
You're making us sound old too, though,
Yeah,
now
well,
that I
for
think
real.
about it.
I am, but we embrace it.
It's okay. We're young.
But what's your most memorable experience?
Oh, I go first?
You go first.
Oh, you know what it is, yeah? I'm going to make this really quick. I was scouted. FiliFest scouted me.
Okay.
I'm a talent that was hard and sought for.
And then
I had retained, requested every year. Like, Ray is great. You know? I'm just kidding. Let me humble myself. No, I was actually really, really fortunate. I had a friend who is obviously Rika's sibling that suggested me, and I went for an interview, and I said, you know what, I want to get involved. They funnily enough, 350 people in that first year.
Oh.
In that first year.
Yeah.
Little did I know that I was going to be posting in front of 1,200 people.
Later.
So it flew. It just blew my
like-
mind. Yeah, it blew my mind. It wasn't even. It was. I thought it was just going to be like a small London, people came. This is why I said Filipinos stick together like rice. Mango sticky rice. Sarap.
That is true.
But yes, that's my journey, and I'm here, and I'm still doing it, and I'm still loving it. It is rewarding just to give back to your community and to actually get integrated with my people. For so long, I was obviously, I said in the last one, if you pay attention to the last episode, I said I was Rice Boy Ray for so many years. But that was my representation of myself. But I said, you know what, I scrapped it. When I came back to London after living in the Philippines for a year, I said, you know what, I'm Razor Panther. This is who I am. This is me. I'm Filipino. I'm British-Filipino. I'm going to brace everything. And I'm going to give back to my community.
We love to hear
There
it.
we go.
Yes.
Exactly. So, most memorable experience was it? It feels such a long time ago, but 2019, I honestly didn't expect, like, I just joined thinking, like, I was just in the present. I was just like, okay, let's have fun. I remember, though, like, making the banner. You see the FiliFest banner.
Iconic
I actually
banner.
helped create that. Like, I actually had that day in the park with Heather. And it was a sunny day, and I was so clueless then, too. I was just like, Heather, like, we're gonna go painting, right? And I was just like, okay, maybe it's just like a simple date in the park. And then she suddenly brought out the whole banner. I was like, oh wow, this is serious. I don't even paint. And then she was just like, oh, it's fine, like, just paint this one red, blue, yellow. I was like, this is the Philippine flag, what's this for? And she was like, FiliFest. I was like, oh. I didn't know I would be participating on something quite big, because, like, it was so big. I was overwhelmed at first. But I was just like, you know what? It's fine. Like, I'm going to participate in this. And so when I was there in the 2019 FiliFest, I was just like, wow, like, my effort. Well, Heather did most of it. But, just me squiggling, like, little things there. I was just like, oh, that's there. But I don't know. Yeah.
And it's what, like, when you go into, like, the quad, it's the first thing you see.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It makes the statement of, like, we are here.
Exactly. I don't know. But I'm very fortunate, because that mindset of, like, just being in the present, I didn't realize that, like, I don't know, like, being loyal to this organization, I've gained so many, like, people that I've known, people, hearing their stories are, like, it's amazing. It's also really nice to, like, feel that sense of community in FiliFest. I like to say FiliFest is like family day. Like, you're just there, and it's so wholesome, and I don't know, just the event itself is, yeah.
Filipino version of Notting Hill Carnival. Jeez.
That's actually very true. I don't know why this is becoming an ASMR.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, and I guess with you guys being there, OG all the way up to now, and hopefully into the future.
Definitely.
Oh, definitely.
Why do you keep coming back? I mean, like, it's all, the committee, the people who work at FiliFest, the people who set it up, it's all, it's a volunteering thing. We do it because we love it. But is there, like, a personal reason for you guys as, why you keep coming back, where you're like, yeah, I'll do another one?
Yeah. It's rewarding. I think for me, after experiencing the first one, that one set my expectation of what FiliFest was to become. for me, it really struck a chord for me because I know the struggles. If you knew how long it took to set up the stage in the first year, my word. If everyone knew the white hairs I got, you should see the videos of me running up and down before they got a whole team. This was before I arrived early, and I was just like, guys,
early, not Filipino time.
No, I arrived early. And I was like, guys, where's the electricity? Where's the electricity, guys? But listen, we got there in the end. That's the thing. We managed to sort it out. This is how hardworking Filipinos are. Again, we go back to that story of hardworking. And the hard work that has been going over the past 6 years till now is insane, because if you look at how prepped FiliFest has become, the team that they've developed,
you have no idea.
The amazing. Look, we're in a position now, yeah.
Look at this.
If you look at last season's Tambayan, Zoom,
what were you doing?
No, it's progress.
Someone who organised it. Oh.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing. It's progress. I'm just saying, look.
Exactly, though.
It's just like, I'm not taking it away. It's just like looking at the growth.
Now.
We're here.
Exactly.
Look, we're going to get all the people from season 1 here. And they're going to get to experience it. So like, we can't take that. Like, we're not kicking them out. Like, hello, they're here.
Are you trying to give spoilers or anything?
No, I'm just saying, look, we're going to...
It's for you to find out, guys.
Yeah, find out. Keep tuned. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. Just to see how amazing it's come over the years.
So much.
It's insane. So much. When I remember first following FiliFest, they didn't even have 100 followers yet. Yeah, so flex.
OG, proper OG.
And now,
we were part of that first 100.
Yeah, first 100. Ooh, I was gassed for them. And here they are, 3,000 odd followers later. Boom. Yeah, watch. In about next year, 10K, trust.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. That's what we're working on.
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
But you guys, you guys in the audience don't even see what the hard work that goes on behind the scenes for months behind the scenes. And like the prep, I have never seen something so prepped before. It's like all the timings and the meetings. I have never seen
a lot of passionate people in one room.
That's it, you know.
At the same time. Like, I know as individuals, we're like, you know, focus on our career growth, our personal growth, you know. I wanna improve my skills and stuff, which I'm pretty sure that was one of my goals when I started FiliFest. I was really saying, because I think one of the committee members, one of the founders was like, do you want to work on your creativity? Do you want to gain experience? I mean, as an organization, you know, it's voluntary, but this is like your outlet to express that. So in my head, I was like, okay, fine, sure. Like, I'm open-minded. But what got me staying was because once I met other people who felt just as passionate about expressing that outlet, or just like, I don't know, don't cry. Don't cry. I'm kidding. And then, I don't know, like, I think that just got me staying. And so, I don't know, it's a good positive energy. You put yourself in good positive energy. Don't cry. Wag.
He's trying that one tear. He's trying to do this the one.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, I guess kind of my last question for you, and you know, either the upcoming FiliFests or, you know, let's imagine it into the future. But what are you excited about? What are you telling the others to tune in for and look out for?
The food, the people, the vibes. Because I think, I just love the fact how engaging everyone is.
No, definitely.
Regardless if you're a host or not, I think all the people that have volunteered to support the event, they're all great. I'm fortunate enough to see them year in, year out. And yeah, man, you guys are a blessing.
Tagpuan. Because do you guys have family days?
Yeah.
Like growing up?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say it's like that energy where you're just like, you get in the quad. Yeah. And you're just like, everything's so wholesome. There's like food. You just enjoy the day. You don't even you're not expected to do anything.
But there's a lot to do.
Yes.
That is true.
Games, food.
With my heart. Sorry.
When you go, everywhere you go there, you'll see something. Sorry.
No, absolutely incredible. But I guess if you were to add in something to FiliFest, what would it be? More food.
Definitely more food.
Yeah, more food.
Yeah, yes.
More me. I'm just kidding. If there's anything to add, I would love FiliFest to be able to have a larger space.
Ooh,
for
food.
Yeah, just so there's more food. And just, yeah, man, because I know the dream was, okay, the initial dream was to jump from uni to uni and to host FiliFests
really?
there. So if that ever becomes a reality, who knows? Like, I'm just so excited about the growth as a whole. But yeah, I'd love to see it in a bigger space. FiliFests have worked so hard to earn the right to be like, this
Where
is
it
an
is.
actual event.
Yeah.
And it's done so well every year out. So shouts to everyone that has supported till now and continue to support. So yes, and everyone that is going to support. Yeah, going.
Correct.
I hear
Going
you.
to,
I
correct.
know you, and you know me.
But did someone say FiliFest goes international? That would be
Ooh, that would be wicked.
You can see the
FiliFest
committee's
tour,
like,
FiliFest tour, and then we're part of the community. We're gonna be so stressed.
Oh yeah.
Fine.
Well, I'm not part of the committee just yet.
oh,
Oh,
Spoilers.
spoilers.
yeah.
But is there something else that I could add about the expectation? Like, one thing that I enjoyed from last year's FiliFest is definitely seeing all the talented people performing performances. If I see more performances, oh my gosh, I'd probably be staying there by this. I mean, it's, under the sun and stuff, but then like, it's fun.
It's worth it.
It's worth it, Seeing like people's talent and just supporting them. It's just amazing. I would like to see a lot more of that. Maybe you're gonna be dancing next.
He dances anyway. What do we mean next?
I do it all the time,
You do
every
it all
year.
the time.
I do the ocho every
You
year.
need to do more.
And the rap.
Oh yeah, I do the that's staple now.
Yeah. I say Philly.
You say fest. Philly.
Fest.
Philly.
Fest.
Yes.
But yeah, so all in all, thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with us. We've got kind of quite deep topics, but also, what to expect and some quite light-hearted ones. Yeah, I just want to say remember to follow FiliFest on all social medias. I've got the list here. It's pretty much all of them, not going to lie. So Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn.
I don't know if they're gonna be putting icons there. I'm like pointing.
Can you imagine if they don't? It's like, oh,
Sorry, editors. You're gonna have to struggle because of this.
he's crying.
Don't cry, don't cry.
But yeah, check out more on filifest.co.uk.
Yes.
It's been lovely to have you. I'm Keisha,
I'm Ray.
I'm Angel.
and we'll see you at FiliFest. See you there, guys.
See you there.
Bye.
Bye.